Our next topic will be the out of frustration. We could call this out of frustration. Political polarization among multiversal senses is divergence. What is divergence, my friend? Disagreements of political attitudes away from center, the opposite of convergence or togetherness, collision toward ideological extremes, the contributions of political affairs, political discussions. Political, when you say political what? Well, governmental affairs of the welfare of humans. Scholars distinguish between ideological polarization or one's unique or personal belief or independent thinking, in the sense that they polarize, they they scatter people. Differences between policy positions and effective or influential polarizations, emotional dislikes. But of course, sensibilities must, of course, be at the forefront than the latter. And distrust could be disgust of political outgroups or outlays due to misinformation among all. Most discussions of polarization in political science consider polarization in context of political parties or affiliations or traditions and democratic systems, in the sense that there are acculturations of governmental steps. It hurts the poor. In two-party systems, political polarization uh, generally embodies tension of binary or two political ideologies and partisan or biased identities. However, some political scientists assert contemporary polarization depending less on policy differences on left and right scale, but highly on other divisions such as religious against secular. But in some constitutions, like the Philippines, religion and government is are strictly separate. Nationalist against globalist, traditional against modern, or rural against urban, Polarization is associated with process of politicization. Definitions and measurements. Polarization, or the uh, the uniqueness of opinions, of political opinions itself, is typically understood as, quote, so we shall see, permanent division or conflict forms between major groups in society or political system that is marked by clustering and radicalization of views and beliefs at two distant and antagonistic poles, unquote, as defined by Institute for Integrated Transitions and Ford Foundation. Political scientists typically distinguish between two levels of political polarization: the elitiist and mass, meaning the superior and the general. Quote, elite polarization, unquote, focuses on polarization of political elites like party organizers and elected officials, whereas the latter, or popular polarization, focuses on polarization of masses, most often electorate or general public. So it's a question of leaders and followers. Effective polarization may lead to aggressive attitudes and behaviors toward members of other ideological groups within the same country. Extreme effective polarization may even lead to perilous consequences like societal disintegration and ideological sorting. Because when you are affecting or influencing people on the basis of, collisions of polarized political views, it's always prone with disintegration, if not those who are in the field or the effective measures are followed. Effective polarization can be reduced by various means, such as feeling sadness together as a group, which often happens during Memorial Days, for example, when somebody dies. High prevalence of respectful discussions with political others may also reduce effective polarization by increasing political tolerance and inter-party trust. High salience of national common identity may also reduce effective polarization. That is why it is a question of most likely to be successful is what we appreciate to be implemented politically, as members of other parties are suddenly seen as in-group members, as in-group, as in-group, as in within the group members, Babalos.